It's here. Our first Off the Rails Friday.
Like at the Ryder Cup.
I thought you meant the weekend.
Are you guys going to be able to pay attention for the full hour?
No.
It's really cool, the Ryder Cup. Doesn't it look incredibly green?
So green.
Oh, my God. That course is delicious, and you played it.
It's so good.
Do you watch every hole now going, okay, I know exactly what I did?
I'm already obnoxious to Sam. I'm like, oh, this is much slopier than it looks on TV.
Can I tell you? I'll go ahead and introduce the show, but then I'll tell a quick story after that. Introduce the show.
Off the Rails Friday can only mean one thing. Doug MacLean, former NHL president, GM, head coach, the first of what many will be driven right into the ditch.
Yeah.
And I think he's got a lot to say right now because from Connor McDavid to Barkov news that we'll get into.
Yeah.
Canadian teams, who he likes, who he doesn't.
Yeah.
Oh, it'll be a lot of fun here. So Nick Kypreos, Justin Bourne, Sammy McKee, Jake the Snake Schultz, and Derek Brandeo with you.
That's Jen today.
Oh,
We almost made it through a week.
I almost made it.
It's Jen.
It's Jen
100%
Rolnick will join us, I think, for the first time this season.
Yeah, it's Jen.
All right.
Yeah.
You're forgiven, Sammy. I've thrown you under the bus a couple times.
It's
I'm
okay. I don't
not
care.
doing it anymore.
That's what I'm here for. It makes it fun.
Yeah.
All right, plenty here. Wherever you're watching, listening, Sportsnet 590 The Fan, 650 in Vancouver, Sportsnet 960 in Calgary, Sportsnet Plus, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you want, you can find us. And on one note, the Jays tonight,
Oh, yeah.
you can listen to them on
On
590.
Sportsnet 590 The Fan, Sportsnet Radio Network. I was obviously not on TV tonight, as everybody probably knows by now. Apple TV game. So listen to
You
the.
muted and
listen-
listen on
listen to the
590.
call.
Can I just give everybody a little advice here? Go get Apple, watch the game, and then cancel it.
Yeah,
What's
so
the big
true.
deal?
I don't know if that works. I don't know. Listen, I would never condone that. Or listen, there's lots of great
Apple's
establishments.
probably like, do it. Half of you will forget, and we're
Yes, there's lots of great establishments around the city that serve certain types of beverages that I'm sure are making lots of situations so that you can go in and watch it. Hey, quickly, before we go, before we move on to the hockey,
Yes.
I wanted to tell you, because we were talking about this Ryder Cup,
Yeah.
that Bethpage Black, and, as the new president of the Toronto Maple Leafs, or whatever, Keith Pelly, whatever his title is, I talked to him at the Leafs Media Mix and Mingle event.
in. Cool.
And I was chatting with him, and of course, golf. Just talking with him golf. And I gave you the ultimate layup. I told him that you shot that score at Bethpage Black, and he was over the moon impressed.
Yes.
Like he
We're
lit
in.
up
in.
like the 4th of July. And he's like, really? And I was like, yes,
if
he
he ever-
did.
Yes,
So there
thank
you
you,
go,
Sam.
buddy.
If
Thanks,
Keith
that's
ever
good
listens
wingman.
to our show, that'll be the only time we've impressed him all season long. I assure that.
This is 25 minutes from the Gillies house here.
being-
Proper
There you go.
Long Islanders.
I just wanted to get that in before
Thank
we
you.
move on.
Thank you.
We're not going to spend a lot of time
Okay.
on this, but you're good now. You're back on board because with the Toronto Blue Jays, with
Yeah.
the big win last
Yeah.
night, you didn't listen. You
Didn't watch.
Didn't watch, didn't listen. But like knowing you as a Toronto Maple Leaf fan,
Mhm.
spraining ankles and breaking bones, jumping on and off bandwagons,
Yeah, yeah.
you're back on.
I was never off, Kipper. I'm
What he
just
does is he
devastated.
puts one leg off and he just drags it and feels the pain. He never really gets off.
The reason I'm here is because I'm emotional about these things.
Yeah.
If I was down the middle, I probably wouldn't be that interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
And I found out that the Jays were leading 6-0 because the PA announcer at Sandlin Arena in Barrie, Ontario last night said George Springer hit a home run to make it 6-0 Blue Jays, and the crowd erupted. So
Love that. What
that's
is
how I
the
found
hat?
out.
What's
All right,
let
it's
us?
okay. Let's move on.
We're not talking about
Depending
it.
on how jam-packed we are with all our information and our entertainment, we may take text calls as well. Right, Sammy?
You got it.
590-590?
You got it.
Okay, before we get to Doug MacLean, just a quick thought on the news of Barkov was given extra time to come into training camp, steps on the ice, and blows his knee up.
Yeah. That's, it's brutal. Brutal, terrible luck. I don't know if you saw the play. It just looked like one of those weird
Bambi on ice.
non-contact, semi-contact where your leg just kind of disappears for a sec. So
Lost is the Olympics, obviously.
Oh,
tough for Finland, man. That's
a tough pill to swallow,
devastating
too.
for them. I mean, any
Right?
chance
Thought
of
about
them
that.
being a dark horse really goes up in flames
But-
there. Right?
There's a lot of people confident he'll be ready for the playoffs.
Is that
Oh,
right?
okay, great.
Yep.
Great. Perfect.
Just fully rested for the season.
Oh yeah.
The only hope for
you've
Sammy
seen
is
this
that they
movie
missed the
before,
playoffs
Sammy.
entirely, and I don't think they're doing that.
And the playoffs began, and Sidney Crosby and Barkov down the middle for the Panthers. Sick.
Tkachuk is out till Christmas as well for Florida. So yeah, I mean they've got.
So
that's tough. That's a tough.
You do think he'll be
start.
back for the playoffs?
Yeah, he'll be back for the playoffs.
Say that confidently.
Yeah, I am very confident.
Okay.
I don't know what the history. Oh, all right. We got someone. Someone else has joined us. Oh, Rory just made another.
Okay. Is this the part where I just do an introduction to Doug MacLean and then, I don't know, I go to the cafeteria and grab something to eat?
Let's find out.
Let's welcome him in. It's been a long summer. Long summer.
God, I've missed you guys.
How?
Mac.
Good summer. Lots of golf. Lots of, I don't know what old people do out there.
Well, you know what? Actually, my summer, my golf, it plateaued a little bit, and then it come on. I played Dundee the other day, and I've hired a new pro, Jimmy Tropicana. Have you heard of him?
That sounds
Jimmy
made up.
Tropicana. You got to look up Jimmy.
Wrong Mexico.
Isn't that a juice I can buy at?
No, he's my golf pro I get off the internet. Jimmy Tropicana, remember? So today I was working on a slice, but it's plateaued, but it's been a great summer here. As a matter of fact, this is hard to believe. I went swimming yesterday in the ocean. That's hard to believe. That's how beautiful it's been in PEI.
Was that
summer.
by design or did Jill push you in?
No, that was by design. I was trying to break a record. Jill, by the way.
What record?
Jill is away on a 5-day golf trip with her girlfriends.
Where'd she go?
Nova Scotia. Like, seriously, that's supposed to be me going on a 5-day golf trip.
You go
not
on
Jill.
enough trips. Your life's a vacation.
Should I even ask about a record? What record? I'm regretting this.
What? Oh, just being the latest I've swam into the fall.
Okay,
Yeah,
that record.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. I thought you're
Swimming
They were
to
timing
Europe
you.
or something.
But listen to this. I did do the Terry Fox walk, jog, run last week, 9 miles over the Confederation. I took the bus at 6:30 in the morning to New Brunswick and came back across the 9-mile bridge in honor of Terry Fox.
Do you also take the bus back?
No, well, I took the bus over and I walked. Back.
Okay.
So you're feeling
9
good.
miles.
That's great.
9 miles.
You are in fighting shape for this season on the Real Kyper and Bourne Show.
I'm very excited about the season starting. I mean, I look at at Sammy's Leafs, and I've got them today. I've got them looking at ratings. I have them identical to the Ottawa Senators in a tie.
Yes.
From a perspective of looking at each player on both teams. Ottawa are lacking a little bit of depth, which would concern me if I was them. They lose Batherson, and that's a big hole. But today I've got them 100% locked even going into the playoffs.
So is that at the top of the division or just making playoffs?
I've got in their division. I've got Florida, Tampa Bay, Ottawa, Toronto, Montreal, Detroit, Boston, Buffalo. But I'll tell you what, if Toronto can add a top 6 forward, they would move ahead of Ottawa in my rankings.
I'm enjoying this because Sam isn't.
Can without going into great detail here, do you see 4 and 4 out of the East, meaning 4 playoff teams out of Atlanta, 4 out of Metro, or can it be 5 and 3 here and possibly get Toronto and Ottawa in? And obviously Florida, Tampa Bay, and maybe Montreal.
Well, here's the interesting thing. The only teams in the Metro I've got ahead of, I've got Carolina, Washington, and New Jersey ahead of the Leafs. And then it goes Islanders, CBJ. I've got the Rangers. Like, everybody's talking about how good the Rangers are going to be. When I go player by player and compare them to other teams, I don't have them there. I've got them just above Philly and Pitt. I've got Pitt as the worst, Philly second worst, and the Rangers right there. I got Columbus ahead of the Rangers right now. We'll see if that changes, but right now, I mean, look, to me, it's a dogfight.
I love that you've got all these rankings. Should we just go through the divisions here? What you got? Edmonton on top of the Pacific.
I really only did the East because I knew all you guys would be concerned about Toronto.
Listen,
so I wanted to.
We'll get to the West,
and I do this in concert with a great friend of mine out west, Bob Strum, who you know, I'm sure.
Yep.
And he watched 18 games in preseason already, just watching players.
But why?
Former pro scout. So it's so much fun to go through the ratings with him and look at each team, as to where they really stand. So it's kind of a fun process. So like I say, I've got Toronto and Ottawa battling it out. Montreal, I don't have Montreal where everybody else has them. I don't. I mean, we'll see there. By the way, they're desperate for a number 2 centerman behind Suzuki, right?
Okay.
Well, I'll tell you who. I was talking to a guy last night, and they tell me the kid that Montreal were supposed to take first overall, but ended up going to Seattle. The kid from Kingston. Do we know him?
Shane Wright.
Shane Wright. People tell me he went to the minors and became a man, and they said right today they would take him ahead of the kid in Montreal.
Whoa.
That's what they're saying. They're telling me he is second half of last year, and how he looks this year, they think he has a chance to be a big time
That's
stud.
One hell of a training program.
So we will see. We will see as the season progresses who we like better. I could be wrong, but people are telling me this guy has a chance to be a big time number 2 centerman.
I love that he gave them the stare down. I love it when he didn't get drafted.
Okay, we'll
see where that goes.
We'll definitely keep an eye on that storyline. As far as Sammy's Toronto Maple Leafs here and replacing Mitch Marner's points by committee, are you comfortable with Marcelli coming in and holding that spot, or maybe rotating with Max Domi? How do you see this thing playing out for Austin Matthews and Matthew Nyes?
Hey, I like Marcelli. I do.
All right, there's no R. We're not doing R's all year in Marcelli, guys.
Marcelli, I've got him as a 4 right now, which is an NHL regular. If he can move up to a 5, which is an NHL regular plus, can be a major difference for the Leafs. I think I like the way he makes plays. I think he's a really smart player. It'll be fun to watch how he develops. And like I said, they need a top 6 forward. If this kid can be right today, he's not for me. He's not a top 6. Mm-hmm. He's a third liner right now. If he can move into that top 6 and be comfortable there and produce there and be able to play with Matthews and Nyes, then the Leafs are a better team. So I like him. Hey, look, he's not Marner. Did anybody see, Sam, did you see the backhand saucer by Marner last night?
I was sleeping, Doug.
Doug,
I was sleeping.
Yeah, it's past 10 p.m.
I don't watch preseason hockey. I didn't even watch the Leafs game last night.
Oh, okay. I thought if you saw the Marner one, you'd be using it as a highlight.
I think he's seen the highlight. We all saw the highlight. Pretty good pass.
I didn't even see that.
You didn't see it?
No, didn't.
All right.
It's not like a hockey show or anything.
Hey, Sam, don't watch it.
I think Eichel should have his stick ready for 50 of those passes there.
Oh, man.
Good spot for him.
It was pretty to watch.
Did you guys just find out the Marner's good? Was that you guys learned that last night?
It's fun to watch and see who's going to be good, bad. I mean, I'm really excited to watch the matchup between Tkachuk in Ottawa and Matthews in Toronto. Who is the most valuable player to their team at season's end? That's the matchup I'm really excited to watch.
That'll be a good one.
Do you buy the pressure on Austin and the eyeballs now and the focus on him now that there's no Marner there?
Well, it's got to be on him. I mean, he's a superstar. When you score the way he can score, 69 goals, was it? I mean, look, he's got to bounce back. He's not injured. He's 100% healthy, so I'm hearing, so I'm reading. if that's the case, yeah, the pressure should be squarely on him to produce. And it is, hey, it isn't all in. It's on McDavid. It's on everybody. That's the top guy to produce. It's on Tkachuk in Ottawa. It's on Matthew. Well, he's going to be out for a while. But, I mean, all the stars, you get paid the money, you pay the price. You know, you got to be the guy.
Petey in Vancouver.
Oh, that's a tough one. How many Canadians are on their team this year?
I don't know, but I do love that game.
But I've got to be careful. I took some serious heat in Vancouver. People there don't like me anymore because I made that comment, so I got to back off. Well, they don't like me in a lot of places because of this show. This show is killing my
Popularity.
My popularity is dwindled because of this show. Jeez.
Let's before we move on from the Leafs entirely, they got a weird spot going on their goal right now. Joe Woll absent, and we're not exactly sure why. Who wish him well. James Reimer claimed as on a PTO, not claimed, signed to a PTO today.
Yeah, let's really hope the Wall thing is short term and he's okay, and whatever is going on, you wish him well. I love the Leafs goaltending going into the season. I said the same thing about the other kid last year. He's never done it long term. He had a hell of a year last year. So, disappointing to get injured in the playoffs, but their goaltending is right there with the good teams in the league. So if they can get both of them going, Reimer's not the answer. Look, you love Reimer for the career he's had, but that's got to be a very, very short-term situation. And they've got to have great goaltending right out of the chute. You don't want to get behind. We always say it. The first 20 games, if you're not in the playoffs, you're toast. 90% of the time, that's the case. So we'll see what happens.
All right.
By the way, I watched my old host, Jeff Merrick. He's wearing sunglasses now on the show. I've got the tints going, but they're not full on dark like Merrick. Is that a new thing with TV guys now, or what?
You should call him and ask him.
By the way,
Sam says Merrick was outside, Doug.
Just a correction. Berkey and he were on the other day. Just a simple correction. They talked about they were talking about wealthy owners and what it's like to deal with owners, and they asked what was the price Columbus and Minnesota paid for their expansion fee when they came in the NHL, and they said it was $200 million. Columbus and Minnesota paid $80 million for their franchises in the year 2000, not $200 million. And I looked the other day, I looked it up. Columbus are now worth a little over $1 billion.
And Kaprizov's going to get $80 million a year. So dollar figures have changed around the league.
Well, Craig Leopold said we're not going to lose him. We're going to pay him. So I would have probably waited till the contract was almost done before I said that. But anyway, that happens.
Mac, do you see him turning down 16 but taking 18 million and everybody living happily ever after? Is that just as simple as that?
You know what? Are we moving in to the LeBron James era where LeBron goes to Cleveland, obviously plays in Cleveland, doesn't win in Cleveland, and finally moves on to Miami where he wins the championship. Then he goes to LA where he wins it was a bubble championship, but he still won. And then he goes back to Cleveland and wins in Cleveland. I mean, are we in this thing now where if these superstars are going to say, I want to go where I have got a legitimate chance to win a cup? Mm-hmm. If you're going to have all that pressure on them, don't you go where you have the best chance to win? I hope he signs in Edmonton. I hope Kaprizov signs in Minnie, but they will be short-term deals in my opinion.
So we've gone this far and haven't talked about the Connor McDavid situation. Are you of the belief that he'll stay in Edmonton?
I don't know. I'm really surprised that it hasn't happened.
You're paid to know on this show.
Or at least pretend.
I think he does a short-term deal, but I don't think he ties up long-term. I think he's going to watch this. And look, Connor McDavid has got to win a Stanley Cup in his career. And, if he doesn't win a Stanley Cup, he's not going to be perceived as as one of the greatest players in the history of the game. He's not. As simple as that, because a lot of it is now tied to winning. And, can he win? He'll make an observation if they're good enough to win. By the same token, Connor McDavid scored 7 goals last year in the playoffs. 7. That's not enough. If you're trying to lead your team to win a Stanley Cup, now he had a lot of assists, but 7 goals, he's got to do better than that. And he's obviously very capable of it. But
so
I was surprised.
What is the bat signal for him to be comfortable to sign a short-term deal compared to July 1st? What is that? A new goalie, a better defenseman, Isaac Howard getting off to a great start? Like, what is it?
I don't know what it is, to be quite honest. It's a tough question, because when I listen to him, I don't know him, but I really admire him as a player and what he does. The way he plays the game. I don't know what it is. I think he wants to believe they're a big time contender. That's what I think. That's what I think he wants to see, a big time contender. And
they are already 2 Stanley Cup finals. That's been covered. Now, there's a big difference between teams that are competitive for the Stanley Cup and then actually winning it, but nobody knows what that difference is. Is it one player,
Listen,
2 players, or is it all of them collectively just playing better?
You can go somewhere else and be in the same boat. I mean, you could go to 5 teams you think are better than Edmonton and be in the same boat and not win. Mm-hmm. That's you were on a Stanley Cup champion. It's a major hurdle to overcome.
Crapshoot. That's what it is. Just roll the dice.
Yeah, you're in one of the few teams that can do it. 1 of 5.
1 of 5.
That's
1 of
what
6.
You've got to be. That's where you got to be. And today, you would say he is. Now, are they close to Florida today? No, they're not close to Florida. If Barkov's healthy, they're not close to Florida again. But who else is? Who else in the league is? I got Tampa Bay as one of the closest teams still to them.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay.
Lots to like
and after
there.
that, there's not many in the league that are.
Well, we're hitting on all the big ones. What about your boy? You got an East Coast champ there in Sidney Crosby, whose name's coming up. His agent's talking about him. I'm sure you and Sid have had some scotches late at night this summer, heart to hearts, and he's told you what's going on. What are you learning?
I can't say, guys. I just can't. I haven't seen him. I'll tell you what. And tell me I'm crazy. And I was thinking
we will for sure,
today.
but go on.
He's still a top 10 player in the world. Sidney Crosby, top 10 player in the world. And at Christmas, if they're going nowhere, which I suspect they'll be, I've got to believe he's walking in the office and asking, "Here's my teams. I want to be traded." I would suspect that's what's going to be the case if Pittsburgh really stumble. I've got to believe Sid wants to win another championship, and he's still that good. That good.
It'll be set up after the Olympics. That's what I'm
So we're
predicting.
talking February 28th to March 7th.
Between February and March, I think we'll have I think the legwork should be done by then.
Doug talked to Montreal needing a 2C.
I don't want to be an insider on this show, guys. I'm on here for knowledge, not an insider. Okay, if you want an insider, bring Elliot on. I'm more of a hockey purist
or critic,
I'm not an insider.
Or podcast critic.
A hockey critic's a good label. Doug MacLean, hockey critic. It's the title of your next book there, Grisham.
And you do have a book, don't you? You're working on something else now? Is that Draft Day? Bestseller.
Draft Day. By the way, it's still selling. I just got a royalty check the other day. Anyway.
So we are paying you in some way. You're benefiting from our show.
I like the new book. I interviewed 25 guys this summer, GMs, current GMs, former GMs, and hockey people all summer. And I think it's going to be a fun book. It's it's really a day. I don't have a title for you yet, but a day in the life of an NHL GM. I think it's going to be pretty good, actually. So I've had some great chats with a lot of great guys.
And tell us about the ones that just hang up on you right away. They all can't be great calls. Knowing you, they can't all be great calls. There's got to be a few that go click.
You know what? I found out that a couple people hate my guts.
Not service.
We all learned that along the way.
Care to share which ones?
No, I can't. I was caught off guard by it, but anyway,
now there's shocking news.
Yeah.
I wish him well. I hope he doesn't use me as a reference, but I guarantee he won't.
Good to know. Good to know. So, talking about the Oilers and Stanley Cup contention, they have Calvin Pickard, and they let Ingram go through waivers the other day. Any thoughts on if they should have grabbed Ingram there?
No, I wouldn't.
No.
But I still think they have, I think they've got to do better than that. But, I mean, look, he was fine last year. Just on that, I've got the two most improved teams in the NHL this year, Utah and Anaheim. Yeah. Utah have got a lot of good things going on with that team and the organization. And I'll tell you what, if Anaheim get the kid signed, that's holding out, they're going to be a tough out, Anaheim. I think Q will help there big time as far as more of a defensive style game. And I think Utah and Anaheim are going to make some noise in the West. I really do.
Can I ask you about Winnipeg and Jonathan Toews and being off for a couple of years and coming in, a commitment of $7 million. I know only 2 of it is on the AAV, but he does have bonuses of $5 million here. And what you expect out of, I guess, a 37-year-old who's been off for 2 years?
Look, Jonathan Toews may have been my favorite player over a 12-year run in the NHL for what he accomplished in Chicago, how he carried himself. I remember watching him play in his draft year. I was sick to my stomach when I didn't get him. We were praying we'd get him or Stahl or one of those big centermen, Anyway, we got Brassard, who played 1,000 games, but big drop-off after 3 or 4. But I love Jonathan Toews. I like the signing. I think Edmonton need a little bit of, or Winnipeg need a little bit of that. They got Kyle Connor, they got Scheifele. Leadership, to me, has been a bit of a void with that group there. I think it's been a little bit of a void there. And I think that Jonathan Toews, I've got to believe that as long as he can play, he's going to garner a ton of respect in that room. And I think it could be a good pickup for Chevy. I like it.
Yeah, I do believe he gives them a real presence, right?
Yeah. And I think they need it, too. I think they need it when you're a team like them, especially after the year they had last year. It's a little bit like Washington. You have a big year like that, big expectations to come back and be a top team in the regular season, but do some damage in the playoffs. So yeah, I see them right there. Kyle Connor's a heck of a player.
I think he can help Hellebuck, too, around April.
Yeah.
I think his influence can really help Connor.
For his sake, he's feeling good, right? Who knows?
I don't know about your show this year, boys. You seem to be taking things way too serious. I don't know. I don't know if I like it.
Have you been watching the Blue Jays? Okay, that's like, come on.
It's life and death around here.
Yes. We're hanging on by a thread here.
How are they doing?
Well, they big win last night.
I see people on Twitter going nuts when, they're mad when they don't hit. Anyway, I hope they get in. I really, really hope they go as long as they can, and that means I'm on this show less, right?
If they go deep.
We don't really know what it means.
Yeah, we honestly, we're not sure. We're just cheering for them.
Playing it by ear. Anything else you want to get off your chest?
No, I don't think so. I think I was disappointed to see Montreal kid get injured. Demetov, I'm anxious to see what he becomes. They're raving about Montreal. It will be interesting to see how they bounce back. Dobson, I'm really interested in. He's a Summerside kid. Anxious to see how he's going to play. I see he got injured last night, so hopefully he's going to bounce back and have a solid year,
How about your buddy Kenny Holland in L.A. now with the clock ticking on Kopitar and replacing him?
I just want Kopitar to retire and go away. That's all I want.
Oh no. How come?
Why?
Oh,
because
yes. Okay. Yes.
Because I'm still in trouble for not drafting him. I just want to see him like disappear, Then I'll have to go through his Hall of Fame induction. I'll get ripped again for that.
Yes, for not taking him. Is Kenny the right guy at the right time now to plug that hole in the next little while?
I really thought they were a good team last year going into the playoffs. I really did. I thought they'd beat Edmonton, and I was wrong on that. I look at what they've done this summer. Cody Ceci and Dumoulin don't do it for me on the back end, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure they're going to be there. I hope so, but I'm not sure.
All right, I think we've exhausted you. I mean, you going back to the pool? Are you going back to the ocean?
You know what? I'm going to just have a relax. It's devastating. Jill's away for 5 days golfing, but it is kind of relaxing around here without her. So I might have crack open a nice bottle. I've got a nice bottle of Portuguese red wine. I might crack that open and I just try to relax and look at the stars, and look at the ocean and look at the stars and dream about the NHL.
You're notorious for your serenity and peace. So that sounds awesome.
All right. Well, good start. Good start to our season with you.
Hey, tell Sammy to give up the ghost, man. Give it up.
Which ghost? Which ghost?
We got a lot of those, baby.
Yeah, we got a lot of ghosts here in Toronto.
Golf game.
The ghost of 67.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Doug MacLean, everybody.
Thanks, Mac.
Take care, guys.
GM, head coach, blah, 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 author.
Yes, sir.
So we all love our respective wives a lot. But when the goal, like my wife's away this weekend and like a girls' weekend at a cottage, it's just like it's junk food in my underwear all weekend. Me and Lou Dog.
I don't need to think anything about you in underwear. Just stick with the junk food.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I mean,
there's
Once
no
you
good
have-
sports on this weekend
Once
or
you
anything.
have
So
multiple kids that are in the house, they
Yeah.
don't take weekends
That's
away.
true. True.
And when they do, it's a nightmare.
Yeah.
So.
anyways,
a pretty good weekend, though, between the golf and
I mean, my couch. Pray for my
Baseball.
couch this weekend. There's nothing going to get done.
If you didn't say the underwear thing, I'd invite myself over.
No.
but-
I mean, you can come over, hang in your underwear too if you want. Mike.
Oh, God.
Oh, this is uncomfortable. Text 590.
Are we taking a break or what are we doing?
Yeah, we can take a break and
Okay,
then we'll come
let's
back
take
with
a
some
quick
text.
break. Pay some bills around here, and we return your text 590 as we return to Real Kyper and Bourne. Welcome back to the program. Nick Kaprizov, Justin Bourne, Sammy McKee. So Brian Leach, not the Hall of Famer, but someone that follows our show.
Is it? Yeah, it's Brian Leach. Yeah.
Is it Brian Leach?
Well, Brian, it looks like it's spelled like that, so yeah, I'm going to say it. Yeah.
He's got some funny stuff on our show, especially around Doug.
Yeah. He sent a picture of his backdrop saying, "Is that an antique neti pot collection?"
Well, I mean, swimming in the ocean can stuff you up,
Do some damage.
do some damage.
Reimer?
James Reimer back with the Leafs.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
Would you
a
have,
week into the season, that was not what anyone saw coming.
Yeah.
That's a knuckle curveball. R.A. Dickey, I'd have swung over that one by 3 feet.
I see a lot of people in Leafs Nation specifically pretty excited because of the nostalgia and kind of looking back. But he's at the core of one of my by
Most
far
painful.
worst sports memories where he couldn't stop a damn beach ball. Like he was one of the main
The
shot from the
Boston
point, just
comeback?
going straight in. Grapes after the show going, point! It's from the point! I'm like, oh my God. Listen, sure, you can be happy about nostalgia, but he was at the center of one of my least favorite sports memories of all time. I'm not really excited
They
about
brought
this.
pain back into the thread.
And it means that Joe Wall's probably gone for longer than we want him to be. So
Well,
I don't love this at all.
That's the first thing I thought of. And, I'd heard right away they were looking around for sure, as they should, because I said they're not doing their job if they're not. But this is clearly a sign that they don't expect Joe Wall back anytime soon.
Yeah.
I'm concerned. I'm very concerned about it.
I know, and you you don't want to speculate, but like the amount of things it could be with Woll, like none of them are great. None of them make it feel like he's going to come back soon. So you just sit here and go,
well,
Ryan.
I mean, they described it as a family matter, which, listen, I'm not.
It can mean a ton of things.
It can mean a ton of things.
Yeah. And
I mean, they've kind of painted a picture, but they're not getting in specifics. They came out right away with Joseph Woll and say, please respect his privacy. We want to do that for the most part, but we have to speculate when we think when he's going to come back or when he's not coming back. And what does an injury do to coming back? What does a family matter do to coming back? What does mental health have to do with coming back? Substance abuse? Like, without getting into specifics, I mean, we're not doing our jobs if we don't sit there and try to have a perspective on what this could mean and how long it could take, possibly.
The part that I guess is a little confusing is like Reimer, is he better than Dennis Hildeby today? If they both play 30 NHL games,
Yes, he's better.
He's better? Okay.
He's better between the ears
than Hildeby is. Okay.
Yeah, like you can't just take a guy like the Hildebeest and put him in there and say, you're going to be a backup goalie now and that you're ready. You may not be ready, but we're putting you in there anyways.
Yeah.
Like there's a process to bringing guys along and developing them, and nowhere does it say that you have to throw them to the Sharks as early as next week.
I'd put him in against the Sharks, but no one else. I get you.
Yeah, not the actual San Jose Sharks. I'm
Celebrini can fire
the pool of Sharks.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're sure that Reimer is better, materially better.
I'm not.
I'm not either.
It's about just having a guy in there that's been there before.
And I'll tell you
it's just about the experience right now.
And here's what else it is. He's a good pro and people like him, and that matters. If you're going to be average, which maybe he's league average at this point, and that's maybe generous, everyone likes him. He's easy to get along with. He has no problems. And I'll just say the Connor Ingram thing, I get the impression teams don't want to claim him. Pretty good goalie, pretty prime age. I get the impression they don't want to claim him. Reimer seems like they know they can trust a good pro here.
Does Ingram have another year at $2 million, or is it just the remaining year? Because money's a factor for Ingram compared to
Reimer. That's part of it too, Kip. That could be it's 1.9 this year. I think it's just this year.
Okay.
But if he gets sent down, if he gets sent down though, there's a AHL number, so you wouldn't need anything to send him down.
Oh,
he does have a two-way. He has a number in the American League that's like 800 or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Text. We're just coming in hot right away. What do you guys make of Marchand's candid comments about no state tax and how it plays significant roles in where free agents decide to go? Marty from BC.
I don't know. He's not giving up the Cadbury secret here. So what do we care? We know. He's stating the obvious.
Yeah, but when you have the commissioner of the league come out and scoff at anybody who ever brings it up, and then you have one of the stars of the Stanley Cup final winning Florida Panthers come out and say, yeah, we all were staying here because of state tax.
Totally.
Tough look for the league.
There's nothing to see here.
Tough look for the league. You don't think?
I don't think anybody needs
tough look for the league.
It is what it is.
But this getting publicized and being talked about and every player in the NHL hearing about it, it's just being such a part of the consciousness. It didn't used to be that way, even if it has always been this way. And it's making the advantage bigger. More players are like, oh yeah, no tax.
As long as you pick the right guys.
Yeah, that's right. But the advantage is growing as people have become more aware of it, for sure.
Well, especially with the cap going up every year, it's just more of a percentage that you could take advantage of.
It's true.
So it's not going anywhere, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Anytime soon.
But can the commissioner acknowledge it?
You know what really stinks?
Because that's what bothers me about it.
I
wonder
because it opens up a can of worms for him.
But if he comes out and says, we acknowledge that it is a bit of a problem or something like that.
Then it's what are you going to do about it?
Immediately, yeah.
What are you going to do? You say it's a problem.
They should
you don't
do
want to
something about it.
But this thing,
he's not going to, though.
what stinks right now for fans is that you have to understand the salary cap to understand player movement, to understand the NHL, and that's no good. So if you start with like a salary cap where you're like, oh, this percentage, this team gets this much because of tax dollars, it just gets even more complicated. I wonder if we get to a place where the salary cap is so high that it doesn't matter in the way it's mattered for the past 5 years of us doing this show, where it's not like every move is how do you fit it under and nip and tuck. And like when there was a much higher salary cap and not everyone, spent up to it, I don't feel like it mattered as much. Like, could the cap matter less as it gets higher? Because there's going to be internal caps. How many teams are going to spend to the cap when it's $150 million?
For sure. There's 15, 18 teams that say, okay, the cap's at 115, but my cap isn't.
Yeah, my cap's 105.
My owner
95.
won't allow me to spend more than 95 million or 100 million or like.
I'm working with Daryl Sutter on this book. He said that the Red Wings had a $85 million cap when they played in the playoffs. They had an internal cap of like 34.
That's right.
That's a big difference.
And it's probably going to happen again. It's probably going to happen again.
Yeah.
Where those teams like the Rangers and the Leafs.
Oh, you mean the teams that make the most money get to spend more on their players?
I know.
What a concept.
And listen,
It's
you
coming.
reward the big markets in that way, which,
Like it's
coming.
horrible for the league that the Dodgers are so good.
so bad. Oh, no, the
Awful.
Yankees are in the mix again.
Dodgers-Yankees World Series. What a nightmare. Who would like that? Anyways, question for Bourne. You played with my cousin in Alaska, Curtis Glenn Cross.
Oh.
You've had a different road to the NHL, never played AAA, never drafted or played in the WHL. Made the Brooks Bandits at 18, who were an expansion in the AJ at that time. Eventually to Alaska for 2 years and then on to the NHL for a decent career. Is it possible for a player today to take a similar route or path to the NHL, or is hockey too regimented today? Looking forward to hearing from all of you.
Great question. And shout out to Glenner, one of the best skaters I've ever seen.
Good career, too, in the NHL.
Really good. And now he's a proper cowboy family there in Alberta. I think it's really hard. I've been shocked having a young kid in hockey who's now 9 years old. He's only played house hockey up to now. He's going to play select this upcoming year. But hearing all the parents who kids are 6 and 7 and defecting leagues and going to play for other organizations and skills training. And these kids are professionalized from such a young age to get the best coaching. Mm-hmm. If you fall behind and all of a sudden you come into your own at 12 or 13, I don't know how you catch up now.
Oh, yeah. I'm the opposite.
Yeah, you think it doesn't matter?
It doesn't
If
matter.
you're good, you're good.
I hope you're right. I want you to be right because I was that way too, right? I was a very late.
I totally believe that it could not look great at 14 or 15, 16, and it can turn around on you. It just depends on where you are mentally and where your frame of mind is in terms of wanting to still prove people wrong. Like some people just buy into the, he says I'm no good and he says I'm cut and they're telling me I'm no good and I'm no good.
Like there's always going to be exceptions. I'm not saying people can't make it. Yeah. I'm just saying it feels like the deck is stacked.
You have to live off of that. That you're wrong, we're wrong. I'm going to prove you wrong. And I wrote a book on my path, undrafted, which meant I wasn't a blue chip prospect. I was not a can't miss guy, and you just
62 in the O.
You just
Maybe
find different ways.
Yeah.
You find different ways to get there.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's later.
Yeah.
And we've got now rookies coming in at 26, 27, 28. And it's only up to you to say, was it worth it hanging in all that time? But it all depends on where you are mentally on whether or not you're behind the 8 ball or not, or it's just part of the process.
You know what was hard for me is so I went to, I had NHL camp and AHL camps, and I was undrafted at every level, and found myself at that level. And they don't want you to be the guy. Like, they've messed up if you beat out their prospects, right?
Yeah.
They want it to be the 18-year-old they picked. A lot of people stake their jobs on picking that
That's
kid,
such
that
a great
kid, that
point.
kid,
And
that
he
kid.
gets 6 times, 8 times the chances that you do.
Absolutely. And
That's why guys still get first-round picks, still get picked up by teams 2 times after, even they can't show they can't play.
So, if I got a run on a line with a good line and one hops over my stick,
bye-bye.
See ya.
Yeah, I told you he stunk.
Yeah, exactly. But they're looking to get those guys. So it is harder, but to Kip's point, people do develop later. You can use it as people will get there, but I do think it's hard.
Good question.
Yeah.
Wish she left her name, but good question. This is from Wayne and Milton. Projections for the Flyers this year. Miss or make the playoffs. Can Tuckett bring the best out of them? Thanks, Wayne.
Good question on the Flyers.
I don't
we
know.
love the Flyers here.
I don't know who their goalies are.
They never do.
Earson
Right.
and
What is it with the Flyers and goalies?
I don't know.
I guess they
How
had
far
one
do
in-
they have to go back
They
to
had one in
where
Nice.
you were truly saying,
Ron Hextall.
or Carter Hart up
Yeah.
until the point where he left?
Not a big Robert Esch guy.
No,
Roman
Cechmanek.
Cechmanek. Yeah, Roman
No.
Cechmanek.
No.
Michael
Frizz.
Layton.
Yeah, Leighton.
They went to the
He was there
final
in
with
the Cup
Layton.
final.
Yeah. Antti Ranta and Layton were the two goalies in that final.
That's right.
Weird final.
I like a lot of how they're building. I think they're doing a great job there. Michkov, Zegras, Tippett is fascinating as a line. Getting Zegras is a good pickup, and Michkov I think is going to turn around. Is Grabenkin going to be anything? Konechny, Couturier, those guys, they're still okay. They're okay, but they're not ready yet. Would sure like Drysdale to have a good year too. That would go a long way to feeling better about him.
And that was the guy, he said it was Clay from Ontario that asked that question. So there you go.
Got a Flyers guy.
No, that was the other one
Oh.
about Glenn Cross. There you go.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for Text Boys. When we come in on Monday, because a lot is to be decided before we do our next show, will the Toronto Blue Jays be playing in a wild card on the following Tuesday, or will they be off for 6 days before when they win the AL East this weekend?
Should we set the stage for people so they know what's going on? Jays have 3 games left.
Yes.
And the Yankees have
The
3
Yankees
games
have
left.
3 games left.
Yes.
They need some combination of 3
Three.
wins or three
Two
total.
out of 3. 2 out of 3 and a Yankee loss
Done.
gets them
Great.
in.
Jays are the AL East
They
champions.
are the
Magic
AL
numbers 3 is the point.
Yes.
That's how I see it playing out. I don't think the Yankees will sweep Oakland. I think
Baltimore. They're playing
or
Baltimore.
Baltimore. Sorry, I don't think they'll sweep Baltimore. I think Baltimore will stick it to them 1 game.
Please, God.
And the Jays,
Have the
they'll
tiebreaker.
win 2 out of 3 at home. Come on.
You got it. This team that's coming in here, I think they're at least 14 games behind you.
Santander hit a couple balls hard.
Yeah, I watched Jason 30 this morning. It was an
Yeah.
enjoyable watch. I was back on my favorite show.
If
I don't watch
if,
when they lose.
if you
I don't
need
watch when they lose.
if you need Sunday to decide,
Please, yeah, you don't want to have to put pitch Gosman on Sunday.
who's pitching?
It's Gosman lined up to pitch Sunday, but you're hoping that you
But
don't
then
have to worry about
if he
that
loses, then you don't get him
for the wild card game.
for the wild card game.
Yes, it's a really
It's 2 out of
dangerous.
3 wild card now?
Yes, it's a dangerous dance.
And he won't start both
I think
games.
in that situation you got to pitch him.
oh, like on 3 days, 4 days rest.
No, I think you got to pitch him in
Sunday.
game 80, 162.
Of
Sunday.
course.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
of course. Of course
Like
you do.
you're-
Yeah. Yep. Anyways.
High stress.
What do you need Blair and Barker for?
Yeah, it's pretty good stuff. Oh, by the way, I saw a thing today, quickly before we go. We haven't mentioned Ovechkin yet in the show. He practiced with the Caps the first time this week. Had a lower body injury. I'm not sure what that was from.
Yeah.
But-
Hey, does his belly count as lower body yet? I saw him ringing in groceries at some, promote charity
that's
thing
quite
they
a
were
fall
doing.
from grace.
Dude, is that boiler of his? There is no greater phenomenon than that man with that physique. What did he score last year? Another 40?
He's got a cereal out.
What is it?
Lots of
Reese's peanut
sugar in
butter
it?
cups?
I don't know. I don't know, but I'd like to know the sugar content.
Dude, that he scored 40 goals last year, or whatever number it
Yeah.
was, 35, is the greatest season
See if you can
in
find
old
his.
40-year-old man history.
Look up his cereal on eBay. Is it?
eBay. He scored 44 times last year.
Like, how does he
44
get
times.
around out there?
So is he under contract this year and then that's
This
it?
is it.
So this is his last year in the NHL.
A lot of people are speculating that he'll
He'll be playing for Dynamo.
pack it in
for-
after
Yeah,
this year.
go
but
do that.
It's Dynamo time for 7 years. 100%. He's New Yogs.
New York. Claude, no.
Claude,
Is he
yeah.
still doing it?
I think he might be.
Good Lord.
Did you find the cereal?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Just Google it.
Ovechkin cereal. I mean, it's not
Is it
really
like
good for
Fruity Flakes? Ovi Flakes? Quickly.
Ovios.
Ovi.
They're legitimately called Ovios.
Okay, we gotta get a box.
There's a box on eBay for $39.99.
30. Well, that's regular price now in grocery stores, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
That's well said.
All right.
What a week, boys.
Thanks to Doug MacLean on our first edition of Off the Rails. All right. What do you think? Good week?
Great
Loved
week.
it.
Great start.
Like our training camp still, though.
Yeah.
Have a great weekend, everybody.